Ride Slow with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means, man? Check that input on the StreamYard audio, big dog. You know what that means? It means go to voteforfred.com. That's vote4fred.com. That'll take you to abqmom.com. And whenever you get there, you can vote for me for best radio personality in the whole entirety of the world, Van.
And mostly Albuquerque.
Right? Okay, it's going to primarily be 505 based.
Mostly Albuquerque and mostly moms.
Yeah.
But that is the demographic everyone wants. Let's be serious.
As a guy who's experienced with both of those things intimately, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Johnson back at the studio. Isaiah, how are you?
Doing wonderful. How about you?
Well, you may have recently heard I was nominated for Radio Personality of the Year according to abqmom.com. Speaking of ABQ Mom herself, Vanessa Bush. Welcome to the program.
Hello. Good to be here.
Okay, so how was your 7:30 phone call this morning? Weirdest one of all time?
It was a little strange.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. A little strange, but congratulations.
Thank you.
On your nomination.
Thank you. I reached out to Vanessa when I found out that I had a chance to beat Kiki Garcia at something. Yeah. So now Vanessa is with us on the program. You are abqmom.com. You are the entire entity. You're everything that is involved in the world of ranking the best things in the city, including me.
Well, I just did want to say condolences, Van. I don't know. There must be something wrong with our nomination process. I don't know why you're not on that list. I can't believe it.
Well, allow me to retort. I don't want to be part of any club that will have me. So I am perfectly okay with this. I have enough awards already from a past life.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Can I have my shine for a second? Can we make this about who it's supposed to be about?
Yeah.
And that's Vanessa Bush, who's with us. All right. So if you go to vote4fred.com, that's vote4fred.com, it'll take you directly to the voting. But otherwise, you can go to abqmom.com. They have their 2025 ABQ Mom's Choice Awards, and there's favorites galore on here. Like, did you just pull topics out of a hat? Like, walk us through this process.
Yeah, we did not pull topics out of a hat. We sat down and thought about what would be, interesting to parents and what people might be interested in, nominating. And we held nominations for like a month. So there was a lot of time for people to nominate you, Van. I don't know what happened.
Oh, ouch. It keeps coming. Oh, my goodness. I thought you were going to stop after the first one.
I will stop now.
Oh, no, we got
2 hours of this.
2 hours of this. Awesome.
All right.
I want to know about the nomination process.
Yeah.
Who nominated Fred in the first place?
Oh, I have no idea.
Did it come from Fred? Did it come from Fred at talkabq.com?
That's a good question.
I think
Who
that
nominated
is a
Fred?
definite possibility because I'm pretty sure he's an avid reader of ABQ Moms.
Yes.
Like, do you get our newsletter?
Yeah.
I do now that I have voted.
So
Yes, you do.
Fred got off of Tinder and got on to abqmom.com.
Yeah, higher success rate for your boy.
He didn't understand what it was at first.
Well,
I thought it was a dating site.
Well, just welcome. Welcome.
Isaiah, do you have abqmom.com up in front of you?
Up in front of me? No.
Yeah, okay. We'll just, you can take 1 second. You could either go to abqmom.com or vote4fred.com,
Vote for Fred.
which is vote4fred.com, which Vanessa told me I can use later in my life for my political endeavors.
He's running for office pretty soon.
Yeah, it's all a big work, actually, this whole thing to get where we want to be.
It's a natural segue. Like, you win award on abqmom.com, and then, hey, watch out, TK.
I mean, you've obviously got a huge following.
Thank you.
After that. Yeah.
All right, best allergy-friendly restaurant. Okay, I'm going to skip that one. I don't know. Okay, all right, best meal deal. Here we go. All right.
I don't want to sway the vote, but I voted for Annapurna's for a best allergy-free restaurant.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Not on the list. It's
I
number
think-
1 on the list.
I
Okay.
was like, I'm pretty sure that's on the
It's
list.
under A for Anna.
All right, so best meal deal. So we got a good one. Friend of the show, Christy Mays. On the list. Yeah, Christy Mays.
66 Diner or GTFOH.
Okay, that's not here. That's probably under Sweet Treat. Let me find Sweet Treat.
How do write-ins work?
Well, the nominations were just open.
Okay.
Right. So you just typed in whatever you wanted.
I missed that
And
round,
again,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
no one typed your name.
Okay.
Like, you
Yeah.
feel sorry.
I love this so much. God, I never
Yeah.
deserved anything more.
Okay, I don't see best sweet treat. We need
There's got to be best dessert or something.
There
yeah,
it
there's
is.
no way.
Yeah.
This list does not exist without 669er.
Yeah,
because they're
I put 66 Diner and Sadie's for almost everything.
good answer.
Yeah.
Can you go wrong?
And what
No.
I didn't put on 66 Diner and Sadie's, obviously I put Rio Bravo Brewing where we are today.
Let's go.
And I'm already
That's
half of
great.
a Mexican lager deep. I mean, sorry, a Gulf of American lager deep.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, Cinnamon Cafe. All right, Canella. Let's go. Best bakery.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Our girl Canella. I'm in on this. All right, best boba tea shop. I wouldn't know.
So I
Are you not a boba fan?
for best bakery, I went Burke Bakehouse,
Oh.
which is right down the street from
Yeah,
my
that's
house.
in your hood or
Quality.
the hood.
I got to represent the hood.
Yeah,
South Broadway, baby. Let's go.
their mom's down there.
A lot of moms.
Yeah, a lot of moms.
Yeah.
All the moms I've interacted with the most, Vanessa Bush of abqmom.com, who recently submitted my name after a fan submitted my name to the best radio personality in the
It's
city
true.
award.
It's true.
Most of the moms I've met in town, all West Siders, who got the house after divorce.
Yeah.
Ah.
Big bedpost
Yeah.
community. I've seen a lot of them.
Okay.
Can't wait to show you Santa Fe.
We talk about widows of dead Republicans.
Yes, we
That's what
are.
we're doing. I'm
Uh-huh.
in. Your boy's in.
Wow.
Aside from
I've met at an art gallery so many times in Santa Fe.
What's that? You like yoga and Georgia O'Keeffe?
Yes, I do.
Come with me.
My two favorite things.
Is that what ABQ Mom's
Janice.
about? Is it about Georgia
Yoga.
O'Keeffe and yoga?
Pretty much. There's not much else besides that. So we really focus on Georgia. so
Does
much.
this is a spot for the dudes though, right? Like, so the boys listening, they don't know, right? They don't know what their ladies need.
Uh-huh.
They don't know what their kids need.
Uh-huh.
No.
They're low key. They only know about solar and NFL football. That's all they know about.
Yeah.
Roman Empire.
And the Roman
And
Empire,
of course,
obviously.
yeah, not Caligula.
I
It
thought about-
stops there.
I thought about the Roman Empire last night.
Doing what?
Watching
Watching-
Gladiator.
Not very close. Yeah.
Gladiator 2. It was
Two.
Gladiator 2. I thought about the Roman Empire the other day because I was watching WWE and
Yeah.
Roman Reigns was putting
Well,
on a show.
I was thinking about the Roman salute the other day when I was thinking about Elon and Steve
Okay,
Bannon.
that's a little deal.
That's what it is, right? It's a Roman salute. It's not the other one.
Get a community calendar on here. What's going on?
Oh yeah, just different events in the community, stuff for family friendly things. So not as many Georgia O'Keeffe yoga parties on there. Family friendly things.
All right, I'm adding a community event right now. I
Do
can
it.
just submit it. Does it pop up automatically or does it get
No,
reviewed?
It gets reviewed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Good.
We
so-
can't let you take over the website. So
For
sorry,
sure.
Fred.
Smart
So
move.
don't put every single day on there for community events to go to voteforfred.com.
Probably not.
Okay, cool.
Probably not.
Just-
There
Alright.
is somebody reviewing on the back end.
is it you?
Some days, but
Yes.
no, not today.
Hey, we need to put Duke City Championship Wrestling on here. Family friendly.
There you
Beat
go.
to it. Very
Yeah.
family friendly.
Put
That's
it on there.
we should have you guys out for like the 50-50 drawing or something. Like do something real fun. Oh, we're about to have the most ideas. I can feel
I've
it.
never been to a wrestling event.
Hold
I hate to say it. Never been.
So, like, not WWE, not AEW, like none ever.
Nothing.
No
Oh,
NWA.
you get to watch the best one.
We're the
okay.
best one.
Okay. Well, I mean,
NWA
might as well
presents
start
Duke City
at the
Championship Wrestling.
best.
Oh, for sure.
Vanessa Bush is with us. We're talking the world of abqmom.com, where I was recently nominated, Van, for Radio Personality of the Year.
Mhm.
At or near the most prestigious nomination I've ever received, Vanessa.
It is.
Yeah. Now, is this a pay-to-play one, like the bogus one that the Journal does, where if I just give $500, then I'm the winner?
It is not a pay to play one. In nominations, completely. We just took what the readers wanted, like whatever they wrote down. We took it.
Oh, well.
Now you're available. People are available to vote. We're not collecting any fee. No.
All right. Well, never mind. You pay for your own beer.
Yeah. All right. We got some other ones on here, Van. So we got, all right, we're skipping boba. I don't know that. All right, best
You're
breakfast
not a
burrito.
12-year-old girl, so you
Thank-
don't love the
that's-
bonus so
I have no
much.
clue about it.
Why?
You're
straws
missing out.
scare
You're
him?
really missing out.
I don't want to get one in my mouth and go,
That will happen.
no, I don't have that reflex.
You should do a live show at a boba shop.
I don't know what the budget is for sports talk radio at a local bobery.
It's Close to zero, I would suppose.
Hey, I just pulled it up. I've never heard of Bing Tea, Boba Tea Company, Hi Boba, Kauai Boba, Kauai? I don't know. Kauai Boba Cafe, Maz Tea. All right, Maz Tea House does sound kind of cool.
That's my favorite one.
Nana's Tea House, Starry Moon, Sweet Cup Espresso, and Boba Bar. Nope, no clue.
You're missing out.
All
Which
right.
is the one that sells banh mi sandwiches at it? That's the one I voted for.
I don't know.
There's
I
one of
forgot which one it was.
And I do
I'm
have a
going blank.
12-year-old girl, so I've been to a lot of those, but I don't know the one about the sandwiches.
Does one have
I've had a
Mushubi?
lot of bobo.
I like
over the years.
Mushubi. Is that it? The same thing? Is that not the same?
Hawaiian spam
No,
Sushi? Yeah. Is that boba adjacent?
no.
I feel like boba's
Ish.
Eastern Asian, Polynesian.
No. It's a drink, though. And
Mhm.
Where was it invented? I think I know what it is.
I feel like Japan sounds
So
good.
that's close to what I said. And
Sure.
Japan is basically Hawaii. And if you ask Japan, they wanted Hawaii one time. They tried to go get it.
Well, I think they had it one time.
They,
And then
yeah.
C&H Sugar Company took it from
All right, best cup of coffee. Where's Pignon? Oh, no one nominated Pignon?
Now,
How
hold
did
on.
that
Take another look.
happen? Are you sure it's not on there?
It is 100% on there because that's what I voted for. It's a Pinon Coffee House.
No, it's
Not New Mexico Pinon Coffee.
You voted for it?
This
and it's
place
not
is
on there?
closed down. This one's not even open.
What kind of
All right, we
stuff
got to
is
figure out
going
this
on at
thing.
abqmom.com? I don't know.
There's a ton else on it. Right, so we're scrolling down. Best sports. Oh, Duke State Championship Wrestling's got to be on here, right? Let's just take a look, Van.
It was as nominated as many times as Van Nunley.
All right, it's
Yeah.
yep, not on there at all.
Oh.
Okay, all right, that's okay.
Next
we'll get the
year.
one. We'll get the one.
Next year.
That one's hard to choose, but I went with New Mexico Ice Wolves.
The thing we broadcast.
Yeah, the thing that we get paid to be at.
So technically,
ahead
I'm on
and
here twice.
Threw them an extra vote.
This is super
Truly
sweet.
amazing.
Oh, Mom, making a difference. Oh,
Are you on there, Fred?
no, can I vote for all of them?
It's just one. It's just one. Are you sure? Is Van on that list?
Do you know who's going to win it already? Why'd you say just one? Because anyone could win.
Well, no, but you can just vote for one.
Only vote for one.
Oh,
There's only one winner.
Hey, Van must be here. Top local celebrity. Let's see if Van's on this
I
one.
bet he is.
Definitely not on that one.
All right. You are not.
You know else who isn't? Surprise me. No Steve Stucker.
I was
What?
surprised about that too.
That's wild.
I was surprised about that.
Wild.
I didn't realize it till someone pointed it out.
Because you
to me,
wanted
but yeah.
somebody else to win this thing for
Yeah,
once.
he's number one.
Forever.
MLG, I think, is the second most famous person in the state. But does she count? She's a politician. So if we're not counting politicians,
No.
then it's Ron Ketty. So it's Stucker, probably Ron Ketty,
But
Stephanie
also a
Chavez.
politician.
Steve Stucker, Brian Urlacher.
He doesn't live
Neil
here.
Patrick
We need to be
Harris.
also, Exhibit.
Doesn't live here.
Uh-huh.
Do they ever come visit even? I don't know.
Yes, they do. They do that. ABQMom.com. We're low key. There is a lot going on. We have been laughing about it. It does look like friends of the show. This kind of has the hub of what you should be doing as a dad.
Okay. I
Yeah.
agree.
You're not saying it that way?
No, it is. That's what I was going to tell you
Yeah.
earlier is that there's a ton of resources on there. And so if you are a mom or a dad, a parent of any kind, I think it would be beneficial to you, the site. So it's like, oh crap, it's Saturday. I have these children. What am I going to do?
Yes.
There's all kinds of resources on there. We have
Oh, check. Hey,
Yeah.
summer camps for kids. I9 Sports right here. Let's go. Let's go.
I9's great. And then I love I9 for like even figuring out if your kid likes a sport or not.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Same day
little
practice,
test
same
run.
day
yeah.
play.
Like, let's just say see if you like it.
YMCA's Camp Shaver. Let's go.
Great spot.
Where's the boys
I
and
didn't.
girls
I didn't
club?
vote for that category because it's a conflict of interest in
Well.
between both the YMCA and I9 Sports. It's
Hey,
a bummer.
I've been doing.
Did you vote for Fred?
Did I what?
Did you vote for Fred?
Yeah, like a bunch of times.
That's not a conflict of interest. A bunch
No,
of
not
times.
Wait,
even.
how many votes can we submit?
I'm not gonna tell you
Oh, okay.
that you're all the votes count, but they kind of do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a classic 2020 election.
It took me a while to find all my old email passwords
Yeah.
for my dead name emails.
Yes,
But
that's a good one.
but Fred got a lot of votes yesterday. I'm kidding, just one.
Isaiah Johnson just did Isaiah Johnson Netflix 1 at gmail.com. Isaiah Johnson Netflix 2 at gmail.com. Isaiah Johnson Netflix 3 at gmail.com. So he got a lot of votes in. Yeah, he's such a smart move, Isaiah.
We're gonna flood
Yeah,
your
and I can-
inbox, Isaiah.
I can use it for the vote, and I can use it for Netflix.
Yes. 3 month trials. I'm not going to pay for it.
Sure.
Put that in
Exactly.
put that in a rap song. That needs to be a lyric.
Save That Money by Little Dicky. I think
It is in that song,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. All right. So the Boys and Girls Club not here on Super Stuff, so that's okay. Figure that out.
Well, we
You
can
can't have
add
it all,
we can
Fred.
add stuff. We can add stuff if we need to.
Okay. Now, how do you want Van and I to do op-eds? Because we're really excited about this.
100%.
you.
Obviously, you have like the mom's perspective. I'm
Mhm.
sure as
Yeah.
you walk around the city, you're
Mhm.
like, this would be fantastic for children. So
I raised an incredible daughter
Yeah.
in this city, so I got a lot of perspective.
Yeah.
there you go.
Uh,
Guest post. I feel it coming.
Dear moms of Albuquerque, here is why you don't quote "call her daddy" to your husband by Fred Slow. And I feel like I could write that whole article.
That's gonna get clicks.
You got time for one more?
I do.
Vanessa Bush sticks around with us at Rio Bravo Brewery. Whenever we get back, it is a Taco Tuesday here at the brewery. Come on down. You can get a taco for $2. And if you're like me, you'll get more than one.
Mm-hmm.
For $12, you can get 6 tacos plus some tax.
And it's not like a skinny little mushy Taco Bell taco. It is upper echelon tacos. Quality here. You can
Tacos.
get them for quality
Let me-
and quantity
hey,
only
let me-
on Tuesday.
Let me see if top tacos on the ABQ mom list. Hold on.
Oh,
I think it
I
is.
feel like it's on there. I remember burritos for
Breakfast
sure.
burritos.
Breakfast burritos on there.
Sure.
Some big Golden Pride guy.
I feel like tacos should be on there.
It's
You're
a
right.
little suggestive for ABQ mom. Now that we just said it out loud, I didn't like that. I didn't like what we just did.
Yeah. We're not trying to sway your vote, but
Yeah.
everything we vote for, you should vote for.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
if ever you're at a festival and you're doing like a competition of taco eating,
Yeah.
like Van and I will MC it.
There's that too.
And I would like to come watch that. Guys,
No
that's
participation? You
Well,
wanna participate?
I'm not gonna
that's
spoil.
Slow
gross.
eater.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys.
He's a nibbler.
It'll be a shell of a time. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at Rio Bravo Brewery on 4th. Chelsea Dotson just texted me. She's going to join us soon.
That's nice. I need to scoot back a little bit.
Like in life? Like, what do you mean?
So she doesn't slap me in the face.
Dog. Did you see her?
While we're on the program.
Did you see her steal one to Matthew Robles at Duke City Championship Wrestling over the weekend?
That's the best thing that's ever happened in the history of DCC Dub.
Thank you. Vanessa Bush is with us. She is abqmom.com. All right, where's the sports stuff on here?
On abqmom.com.
Yeah.
There's got to be some stuff.
There, you would think.
I know there's stuff
Eventually.
about like, being a sports parent. There's definitely some things on there.
Moms need to know about sports. Like, what if you're like a single mom and your kid doesn't know about sports? Like, we got to figure this thing out.
Well, we need a guest post, Fred.
That's
Get on
see,
it.
I'm telling you, editorials. Here's why you do I-9 Sports. Same day practice, same day play. And you get a cool uni.
There is some I-9 sports content on there. If you search for I-9, you'll find some stuff.
How about, hear me out,
All right.
Rent a Dad.
Okay, this is a good
Got
one.
all these single moms out here, don't know
Yeah.
anything about sports.
They don't know anything.
Some cool dad donates his time. You throw a
You're
little,
talking about Big Brothers, Big
You
Sisters.
throw a
It
little-
I
already
was gonna say,
exists.
I think there's like nonprofits that do.
There's a
this.
few of them, but I want you to have a new one, the
Okay.
hot one, the cool one.
You're talking about
Yeah.
yourself. Are you describing yourself only?
Are you
was-
renting yourself out right
It
now?
seems like I was talking to Vanessa. I was trying my best. Trying my best not to project here. But also, so how many single moms are on the website?
Wow,
like a
man.
bunch?
Just, wow.
Like a bunch, or like just
Some a bunch?
just a handful?
Just some. Maybe,
Okay.
there's some, but
Okay.
you never know. You never know. It only takes one.
So I'm handy. I could do just about anything in a household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not Tinder, man.
Gardener extraordinaire.
Hey, Van runs the community garden at the YMCA.
Know everything about sports. Kind of.
Ish.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Don't listen to this program if you want to hear sports.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously ravishingly handsome. So total package, really.
Is that why you do radio?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't see me.
Yeah.
Well, we're on video right now.
Okay.
You can go to facebook.com/talkabq where you can see all of us. And you can go to voteforfred.com.
Should.
Vote the number 4fred.com where you can vote for me as radio personality of the year for abqmom.com, which is my new favorite Albuquerque culture hub.
It is an Albuquerque culture hub. I mean, you're going to find the things here.
All right. I don't see a single article on how to make slime for kids.
That's because moms hate slime.
Yeah.
It's too
messy. It's horrible.
It's everywhere.
I had to throw some curtains away. I got slime on them.
So your curtains were curtains.
They were actual curtains. Yes. They got slime on them.
So your curtains were
Coins.
Also, good one.
Yeah. They were finished. It's finished.
Done.
1930s black and white cinema language.
Not familiar. Not
Okay.
Do you
familiar.
want Van to mansplain it to you?
Classics. Yeah. Because if you pay an extra $20, I will teach your kid how to play baseball and mansplain stuff to you.
And apparently watch 1930s movies with them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll start in the silent era and move forward.
Smart.
We'll get to Fast and the Furious. It's going to take a couple of years.
They're similar, though.
There's
Yeah,
like
super similar.
there's like
Same
a whole
concept.
lesson plan. It sounds like.
Absolutely.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Today's I-9 varsity van, the I-9 varsity of Moms in Sports. The I-9 varsity of Moms in Sports. League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. The I-9 varsity of Moms in Sports.
Gonna be a good
Okay,
one.
man, would you like to go first?
Oh, we're going first?
Yeah.
Okay, how about Diana Taurasi?
Her mom.
Oh, wait. She's not on the list anymore because she's not in sports anymore.
Ooh, okay.
Recently retired Diana Taurasi. Caitlin Clark ran her out of the league. An embarrassment.
Okay, good answer. Super good answer. Whatever, was it Kit Keller? Is that the name of Gina Davis's character in League of Her Own? Didn't she have a kid? Give me her. She was the catcher? Or was Kit the pitcher? Dottie.
going back a lot of
Dottie.
years.
I'm going Dottie. Dottie from League of Her Own. Give me her as far as moms in sports. Dottie. Isaiah?
I don't think you can
You mean
spring
Donna
these on
Kelsey.
Isaiah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Donna
yeah.
Kelsey,
Yeah.
good
Put the
answer.
heat on you fast, Zay.
Yep, I'm ready for it. Donna
I
Kelsey
love that.
wore the double jersey when her sons played in the Super Bowl.
Okay, that was a smart move. That was a because you can't pick one or the other.
Sure.
Yeah, so good one. I like that.
Jason, you picked Jason.
Yeah, okay, I did pick Jason.
Yeah,
I
we all picked Jason.
I did do that.
Everyone picks Jason.
Vanessa, moms in sports.
You did not prepare me for these things.
It's the I-9 varsity. It's the I-9 varsity of moms in sports.
Moms in sports.
Yeah, which is
I'm gonna pick all those Albuquerque moms who are waking up early on Saturdays, taking their kids
let's
to sports. 'Cause it's the thing.
go.
That's a good one.
Your
Good one.
babies start sleeping, and you're like, oh, I'm got it made in the shade. I can sleep in on Saturdays. No, you can't.
Vanessa's
Youth
really
sports stops you right there.
Vanessa's really good at this. We're picking one mom.
Yeah,
She knocked out all the moms on her first answer.
that's a good answer.
That is awesome.
Because I was about to go with Miss Smalls from Sandlot. That's Smalls' mom.
Yeah.
Now I recognize, it was tough for Smalls because he wasn't good at baseball.
Yeah.
But she trusted the neighborhood ruffians to raise her child on the Sandlot and become a baseball broadcaster eventually. Actually the story arc doesn't make a ton of sense there, and I don't know her name, so I'm going with Miss Smalls, the mom from Sandlot.
I feel like that's a valid name.
What else would it be? I have no.
I don't know.
Speaking of Small's mom,
Uh-huh.
R.I.P. Violetta Wallace.
Oh.
Yeah, Biggie's mom just passed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did
Rest
see
in
that.
power, Queen.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls.
I'm going to go with Wanda Durant.
Oh,
Next
okay.
on my I-9 varsity
Yeah.
of moms and sports. I'm sure you remember when Kevin Durant won the MVP, had a heartfelt message to his mother saying, "You're the real MVP."
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, MVP mother, Wanda Durant.
That's a very good answer.
Thank you.
It's a wildly good answer. Isaiah?
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Oh, Corday can go, dude.
Father, Corday.
Okay. He's not an Italian priest.
Okay. Padre.
Maybe a
Sorry.
dad.
Sorry, Padre.
Baby daddy Corday.
Okay. My
Yeah.
mistake on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa?
All right. This is also recently in the news.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for staying topical.
Yep.
on this
Yes,
program.
yes.
You get radio.
I'm going to go with Mrs. Woods, Tiger's mom.
Oh,
She recently did pass.
Yeah.
But I mean, hello, look, she raised Tiger,
Raised the best one to ever do it.
best one.
Yeah.
And being a golf mom, my kids have played a ton of sports,
Mhm.
the gamut. Being a golf mom is the best parent experience ever. You send your kid out in the hot sun, you sit in the air-conditioned clubhouse,
Sweet.
order a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they play, you drive around and follow them, and someone just brings you drinks.
That is so sweet.
It's the best. I'm like, why have I been sitting on sidelines in the snow when
Yeah.
I could have been doing this?
These are good answers.
Sitting in metal bleachers
Right.
when you got a big
Ugh,
comfy golf cart to sit
worst.
into. Yeah.
Anyway, Mrs. Woods, she figured that out early. Kudos to her.
Incredible answer.
All right, so I think I'm about to cheat a little bit because as good as what you just said, mine's actually about an absentee mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Louise Gallagher played Kristen Dunst's mom and Bring It On, and she was so high strung. And then Kristen had to get into cheerleading over at East Compton High or wherever she
Right.
went, and she was able to expose herself through poor decisions,
Mhm.
a complete other culture, and become a better person on the other end of it. So give me Kristen Dunst's mom from Bring It On
It's a good answer.
and her absenteeism, because basically there were no parents for the remainder of the film.
That was a
How did she get to practice? I don't understand.
She had a car.
She also had nightmares where she was naked. And
That did happen.
yeah, and in hindsight, for a kid movie, not that appropriate. I don't know how we came out so adjusted.
Clearly, so adjusted at this table, all of us.
that answer was ice cold. It was so cold. It's getting cold in here.
There must be some toros in the atmosphere.
That's what's up.
Burr.
Van, give me your final one.
We're gonna go with recently sea walked all over the stage at the Super Bowl halftime
Good
show.
answer. Yeah.
The best to ever do it
Mhm.
Good.
in the history of, dare I say,
All
the
things.
world.
Yeah.
Serena Williams.
Good answer.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Good
Super good
mom,
answer.
best tennis player ever.
Yep.
And she walked all over the stage. Super Bowl halftime show. Sweet.
Isaiah, last one. Oh, yeah,
strong
okay.
answer.
Yeah, good answer.
Strong answer.
Yeah.
Hey, best GMA too.
Yeah, Arch can
Arch got to
go.
put in some work.
Super good answer. Vanessa Bush, wrap it up.
I'm out of answers, man. I'm out. I gave you 2 good ones. That's all you get.
Okay, so what you meant to say was,
That's probably true.
which is a very correct answer, and this is considering that Forrest Gump was in fact a collegiate football player. Give me
Okay, sure.
Sally Field,
Sally Field.
Okay.
from Forrest Gump.
Strong. It's a good
She
one.
went the extra mile to keep young Forrest in school, and that really impressed me.
Did she ever attend one of his University of Alabama football games? I don't remember seeing that in the film.
Well, you'll remember she got the cancer.
Mhm.
Not before he went to college.
The timeline is
It was-
actually a little miscombobulated. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Not terribly sure.
This movie is old.
It's what we got. Chelsea Dotson joins us after the break. Vanessa Bush, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being so fun and laughing with us. If you liked anything about Vanessa, you can get her at New Mexico Momcast. That's right. She does her own podcast where she talks about sports, pop culture, current events, and news of the day.
That's pretty much all we talk about, yes. Lots of sports. So many sports.
You got one new subscriber in me and a 5-star review or 2 from Van and I. Vanessa, thank you. You're lovely.
Thanks, guys. This is fun.
Whenever we get back from the break, Chelsea Dotson joins us. Everyone, watch your cheeks. Face cheeks.
Yes.
It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at Rio Bravo Brewery hanging out. Big thank you to Vanessa Bush who just joined us. And if you go to vote4fred.com, vote the number 4fred.com, you can select me as Radio Personality of the Year for abqmom.com. But we're no longer talking about me. We're talking about Chelsea Dotson. Welcome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Chelsea's with us. She just left the gym van, which is a sentence Chelsea says every single time I text her. Leaving the gym.
I know. It's because I'm getting ready for a slap fight. So I need to cut some weight.
Slap Fight 12 is next Friday. It's in Las Vegas. Who are you slapping?
Nicole D something. I don't know her last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just know
tough.
she was her name's Edon Von Hell on Instagram. I don't know, but she's cool.
All right, I'm looking her up. She looks
She's
cool.
not going to be that day.
Nah,
I mean, knocked out that day.
I'm going for the knockout this time. They're having me cut weight, so I'm coming more shredded this time.
What are the weight classes in power slapping?
So they're introducing 125 to this one. So
Okay, and that's what you are.
they had me do my first one at 135, and
Okay.
then now this one's going to be 125. So 10 pounds is a huge weight cut in general for any sport.
Yes.
Sure.
So lucky I have a good husband that knows how to do all that stuff.
Yes,
But they're introducing 125 as a new division, but they have 115, 125, 135, 145, and 170 for
Ooh,
women.
Oh, 170.
Them girls were getting it. They were tall, like big old girls. I was like, go off.
That's who usually swipes right on me on Tinder. that weight
Yeah.
class. Yeah.
Also, they don't do it with their thumb. They do it with their whole slapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their whole
they're
hand.
slapping him.
Chelsea Dotson is with us. You just recently mentioned your husband. That's John Dotson, who's done the show with us. He's done some stuff with us in pro wrestling. He is the bare knuckle champion of the world. He's the ultimate fighter. He's the whole thing. You guys met on Tinder, so that's nice.
We met on Tinder. We actually met at a radio station. Funny that we're on the radio.
Okay.
We met at the radio station. He was like, hey, give me a hug. And then we started dating after that. So there's
Okay.
Write that down, boys. Everyone write that down.
Drake just had a song about that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea Dotson is
Now, kids later and a whole ass fighting life together.
living it. Chelsea Dotson is with us. We're talking not just the world of combat sports, we're talking the world of pro wrestling. As you made your debut last Saturday, for NWA New Mexico, Duke City Championship Wrestling. It was your in-ring everything. Obviously, I own that. We have to say that on air by law. But you came out and you put on a show, and it was your first time. Walk us through the whole process. Walk us through the day. Walk us through debut, and walk through us getting some in-ring action.
So getting there at 4, I
Yeah.
was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go slap somebody. And then I met my team, and they were like, we're doing the whole wrestling thing. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
okay. So I was like trying to intake all this information in like 20 minutes because everybody's sharing the ring, practicing all their stuff. And I had to go out there and own it and act like I knew what the heck I was doing.
You were the
So
opening segment. It was your first
I
day
know.
in the ring.
he said, hey, you need to have like RBF. And I was like, oh, that's perfect because that's me in real life.
Yes.
Like,
Nice.
We're in the back and we're kind of going over like the approach, right? And it's Chelsea Dotson coming in. You know, everyone I think who's familiar with Duke State Championship Wrestling knows Matthew Robles, but he doesn't live here. He lives in Utah, lives in Salt Lake. He broadcasts for the Utes. He's like a busy guy. So the idea is when he's not here, Chelsea's here. Like Chelsea can be the baddest game in town, right? Like that's the deal. So we're in the back and I'm like, hey girl, can you just like no sell everything? Can you just like be hard? And she goes, that's literally how I live my life. That's
I have RBF all the time. Like everyone approaches my husband and not me. I'm like, that's perfect.
that's exactly what you need. So the show starts. The crowd knew who you were, and I was like super impressed by that. Like I thought maybe we'd have to like give your history and tell a little bit about Power Slap, but that wasn't the story at all. That combat sports audience was there for you.
Yeah, no, I was super excited. A lot of people know me as like John's wife, but
Yeah.
I'm making a name for myself now. So that's cool, you know. Very different. People
Yeah.
wanting to take pictures with me, and I'm like, yeah, hey. So that's new to
John,
me.
get out of frame.
I
Get
know.
out
I'm,
of- yeah.
shoot, it's about me right now. But
Chelsea
No.
Dotson with us talking the world of pro wrestling and Power Slap, and we're going to do it when we get back from the break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at Rio Bravo Brewery. It's a Taco Tuesday at Rio Bravo Brewery where you can get tacos for $2, man. $2 tacos.
It's the best deal in town.
Chelsea Dawson is with us. She power slaps, she pro wrestles, and she's an ABQ mom.
.com.
Where you can vote for me as Radio Personality of the Year.
I'll vote for you. You have the voice for it.
Thank you. That's so kind. That's what I need. That's the support I need. Chelsea made her debut for NWA New Mexico Duke City Championship Wrestling this past Saturday at the historic El Rey Theater, where she wasn't in the ring once. She wasn't in the ring twice. She was in the ring like 3 times over the night.
But your commentating was spot on.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super good at that. But we draw, like, you drew a reaction every time, right? Talk us a little bit about hitting that power slap in the middle of the pro wrestling ring in front of 300 of your closest friends.
That was so fun just because I practice it so much. And then I went off and hit my own teammate instead of the guy talking smack. So
Very funny.
there's that.
The reaction was as good of a reaction as you find in pro wrestling. It was
so cool because my husband took video and like this kid's like shaking the gate, like so excited that I slapped him. It's the funniest thing.
That's fantastic. I got to see the inside of your hand.
It's so big.
As a power slapper.
Okay.
Like, is it just like one big callus? Like, how does you got like thicker skin? John, I'm touching your wife's hand. Don't beat me up.
You're so
How do you train for that? Like, how do you
have to do
make
a bunch of hand stuff. I mean, you slap a water bag, which does not feel fun, like full force.
Because you have to like desensitize your hands a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, a lot of literally rolling things, honestly. And I bake cookies for a living, so that kind of helps out.
So you got the baker's
Yeah,
forearm.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
Do you need knead dough all the time?
You do need dough, and then you're smacking it and like rolling it. So we have more practice than we need to.
You're like the Mr. Miyagi of teaching people how to power slap. Knead the dough.
Slap the dough. Roll the dough. Push the cookie.
Chelsea Dotson is with us. She is a pro wrestler. That's crazy. That's a crazy sentence.
Pro wrestling was so fun, though. I can't wait to do it again. Just
on March the 20th at the historic El Rey Theater. Let's go.
That soon? All right, let's go. Yeah. I'm down. I learned so much in like 20 minutes. So
springtime ring time is Thursday, March the 20th at the historic El Rey Theater, where you can come and see Chelsea Dotson do something. I don't know, do something in the ring.
Okay, I'm down.
Going to be a lot of fun with her out there. You got a big power slap event before then, though.
I do.
Yeah, Power Slap 12 is in Las Vegas. That's next Friday. You're going to go up against them. Van and I are idiots. We don't know the rules. We don't know the format. Kind of walk us through a power slapping.
Okay, so obviously they give you your opponent first, and then they do like a secret coin toss. So whoever wins a coin toss gets to slap first.
That seems like that'd be an advantage.
Like, yes and no, right? So obviously you get a slap first, but sometimes getting slapped spikes your adrenaline.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're like, you eat it and then you're mad and you're like, okay, you can hit harder. So that's what I learned from my first time going anyways. Once I got slapped, I was like, oh, so my second and my third slap are harder than my first slap. So I don't see it as a losing situation. I see it as okay, I better take advantage of that situation.
You're the main event?
No, I'm there's a pre-recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chelsea Mini Mayhem. How did we not use that in wrestling?
So
they did.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, let's go. Chelsea Mini Mayhem Dotson.
That's my name.
Versus McCole D. Signey. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know how to say
but that is next Friday. How many of these have you done?
This is gonna be my second.
This is your second, and the first one was against Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah, which she has a huge name in everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I love watching her do any sport. I think she's so great.
She's got some talent. She's got some talent out there.
Yeah, she's like a well-rounded athlete.
Yeah.
And then I know everyone like, oh, she just does OnlyFans. And I'm like, no, she's just a very entrepreneur woman and you're jealous of her. That's what it is.
Also, I have to look something up real quick because I didn't know what you just said. I did not know that.
Oh, she seems nice.
Yeah.
She seems nice.
I just plugged her into the Google machine. I might do some more research.
There you go. Well, you guys have fun with that.
So what was like the first seed that was planted to you about doing slapping? Like,
okay, so I watched it on TV so much since they first came out when Dana White announced it, and I got hooked, right? So like all the season 1 people, I just was super into it. And then one day I just signed up, and then I told my husband, like, I signed up first, and then I was like,
nice.
babe,
can't go back now.
I signed up for Power Slap, and then they actually reached out to me, and he was like, okay, well, go do it. Who is it against? And he's all, and I told him it was Paige, and he was like, oh my God, this is like a once in a lifetime thing. You better go do it. So he was all about me chasing my dreams and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at the post of Power Slap 9. You and her are both rosed up on the face.
Yeah.
Like I have never
That's
seen.
so funny.
This is an intense deal. What'd you do with your mouthpiece?
I kept it.
Just it's like on a shelf. It's like a trophy now.
Oh, it's been my same training one for like a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they actually made me a custom one, and then I didn't end up using that one. I just put I have an alter ego. Her name's Chill Lily. So that's what it says on my mouthpiece.
Excellent.
And that's what I wore.
Yeah. Well, get a big win next Friday. Sign that bad boy and raffle it off. That thing's
There you go.
That's the
Love
move
that
right
idea.
there. Chelsea, thank you so much. This was
You're
a ton of fun. You can see Chelsea Dotson next Friday. She is power slapping. You can see her March the 20th. She is pro wrestling. And you can catch her on this program because she's a friend of the show. Chelsea, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you guys for having
What
me.
are your social media handles real quick?
Chellily33. Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
Chelsea Dotson on Facebook.
Does not answer DMs, boys. Stop it.
I do not.
Stop
I'm
it.
married.
We're being so thirsty, y'all.
Live from Rio Bravo Brewery, it's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. is with us. We're talking about. All right, so hands have different sizes in power slap. That's what you're saying.
They go pinky.
Yeah, pinky to thumb.
Yeah.
And
How
they
do you measure
it.
that?
Spread it as wide as you can, and they put a measuring
Inches?
tip. Yeah, it's inches.
Yeah.
Is it?
So mine has 9 inches.
Oh,
And
mine
the
is way bigger than
the
that.
average hand is like 6.5 for women. So I have a big hand for power
You have a
slap.
big lady hand.
A big lady hand.
I have the exact same size hands as Kenny Pickett.
Yours is
So-
probably 13, 14.
I have a
Fred has ridiculously large hands.
Yeah.
Well, he's ridiculously large, period.
I mean, yeah, you're very tall, but your
Yeah.
hand is like huge.
When I hold a regular size beer, it looks like a child's size. Not that a child
like
should
the
drink a
mini
beer.
cans.
That's what it looks like. I'm like Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen hands that big, honestly. You can like, it's like probably the size of my face. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is the entire back of a human being. Like this would go shoulder blade to shoulder blade
Literally.
on a lot of. It's wild.
Yeah.
I
On
know.
a basic female.
Yeah,
for
I know
sure.
from experience.
You can't palm a basketball, but you can palm a
What?
child holding a basketball.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
palm a
Oh,
basketball.
I was like, you can't palm a basketball. That's
No,
crazy.
palm a child holding a basketball.
That's fair. He
Yeah.
could grab him by the head.
I have no. Do you know the names of muscles and stuff in hands? Are you like that smart with this stuff, or you just hit
No.
people?
We just hit people.
Yeah.
So
Do you pop your fingers all the time?
I do.
Yeah, because I feel like I would. Because I
Yeah.
watched this video of you hitting Paige Van Zant,
Uh huh.
and I go, "This is
This is crazy.
That would
why?
harm me.
Why would she do that? Yeah.
is it like an adrenaline thing? Are you addicted to what? Sato fan, what's that called when you hurt yourself on purpose? Masochism.
Sadomasochism.
Is that? Do you have
Yeah.
that thing?
Is you a masochist?
No, I think I just like I'm so competitive and like I watched it and I was like, I can do this. And like your mind is such a strong thing in general.
Yeah.
You can literally tell your mind, I'm gonna do something, and you can do it. In my opinion. Like speaking how you had ABQ mom on earlier. Like you talk about I had all 3 births. I had a C-section, I had one with epidural, and I did natural birth. So like
Oh,
your
you're one
mind
of
is
each.
your mind is very powerful.
Oh,
So-
the trifecta, man.
Yeah, I don't know. And I was
Now
like,
you need to adopt one. You'll have all the Infinity Stones.
so I'm telling my husband.
It's just hey guys, look how big my hands are. You could probably handle one. I couldn't do it. I could not hit someone. I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
Like-
Maybe you have like a soft spot. I'm just like,
Oh, I
no,
do.
I need to
When he
do
says
something.
he doesn't have it in him, I mean, he's got a long fuse. But
But
he,
you're already mentally telling yourself that, right?
he
Mhm.
will
So-
eventually snap. He's
Yeah.
gonna snap.
So you're mentally telling yourself you can't do it already. But if you're like, I can do that,
Do you?
I'll do it.
Is there like a mental, what I don't know word to use here, trigger? Is there a thing that you go? You don't tell us what it is.
Yeah.
There's a thing you go to. You're like, oh, I could now.
Yeah.
Hurt
I think
others.
I think like that's how every fighter is in general.
Yeah.
I feel like they have to go to a certain place in their own mind, heart, body, and they can go ahead and finish competing with whatever they're doing. And even bodybuilding, right? Like you're starving and you're dehydrated for
Sure.
all the time.
The thing that's so crazy to me about like the idea behind this was it was almost like a joke in the beginning. People are like, they're going to do what?
Yeah.
Who's going to do it? And all of a sudden it was the best athletes.
Mhm.
All of a sudden it's in the middle of the ring. All of a sudden it's drawing huge crowds.
Yeah.
It didn't slowly start. It was that thing the whole time.
Yeah. Slap.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've watched it on YouTube prior. They do it in like Russia and other countries. Like, and
Yeah.
it's huge. And they don't even have like a bunch of rule sets. Honestly, like you can just go in there and stay slapping until somebody gives up.
Oh my god.
At least power slap, you have
Oh my god.
It's
a
just
normal
3,
match
right?
is 3, unless it's a championship bout, then it's 5 slaps each.
There's a championship.
Mhm.
Who has it?
The
it's different
crazy
weight
Hawaiian,
classes.
yeah. The crazy Hawaiian did have it, but then he just lost it to the dumpling, which those are the 2 biggest
These are
names
names?
in
Those
power
are
slap.
fantastic names.
These are like
Yeah.
competitive eaters' names.
Oh, they can eat for sure. They're super heavyweights. So
Oh man.
I just,
How do
um,
they police like keeping it on the cheek instead of above the ear? So I know
Right,
above,
so we do
above the ear
measurement,
is
that's
an
a club.
easy knockout.
yeah, that's a club,
Yeah.
and then on the neck is a club.
Okay.
So you can get possible point deductions from that.
okay.
So you have to be accurate with like like they say, it is a sport because you have to physically practice these things. You have to
Sure.
practice taking a hit. You have to practice giving hits. You have to practice not pivoting your foot. Like there's very strict rules to this sport.
So when you're talking about scoring, it's like a judge, right? Like,
Mhm.
okay, cool. So what was the score of you and Paige Van Zant?
It was a draw.
A draw.
Yeah. So
Just
I didn't
complete
lose.
empties.
Yeah. So she clubbed me in round 2. And then it was a draw. I don't know how to explain
Well,
it. Her
I mean,
hits-
I can
yeah.
explain it. They didn't want to put the L on her, man. That's
Pretty
what it was.
much. Well, like
Yeah.
on the third one, she pivoted, and I'm not even like talking smack at all. I
Yeah.
have so much proof where she pivot her foot. Well, the rules were you cannot lift your feet. She lifted them all 3 rounds. So, I mean, they don't want to give her the L, right? But
No.
eventually we're
Yeah.
going to have to rematch, and I'm looking forward to that day.
So she's getting treated like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, pretty
If it-
much.
yeah.
Like her first one, she stayed flinching, right? So, and then the second one, she picked up her foot the whole time, but she is a professional athlete in other sports, but in that sport, follow the rules.
Now, when
I
you
don't
say stay flinching, you're not allowed to flinch?
No, you're not allowed to. You literally
You can't-
sit there
you
and
can't
eat it.
Move.
No.
Yeah.
If you
What?
do this, that's cheating. Like you
Because
get
that's
point
what I would be
deductions.
doing the whole time.
I think that's a reaction thing, right? Like just
Sure.
in general, but you have to
Yeah.
teach yourself to not do that.
If I saw something like, if I'm trying to focus, look straight forward, and I saw something
You just-
flying
yeah,
out of
you
my,
do
you
that.
would like naturally do
Yeah.
it.
And that's
I
why
mean-
a lot of fighters don't do power slap, like MMA fighters, because that's
Your-
their
your,
natural
like, your
reaction.
Yeah.
And you have to physically sit there and train yourself to not flinch.
Yeah.
Guys,
If I saw something flying out of my peripheral, like I would 100% move to the opposite direction.
if there's a little baby bumblebee just kind of floating around me, I'm,
Yes.
I'm dipping and diving.
He's all nice and innocent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do power slap.
God, that's just so incredible
Yeah,
to me.
so you have to sit there and eat it
Where's John going to be Friday night, next Friday, while you're in the ring power slapping?
with me.
Like physically right there.
He sits with me in the back, and
Yeah.
then right when I walk out, then he's right next to the podium,
Yeah.
and then he's like yelling at me, but I can't hear him. So I'm like, last time I walked off, I was like, you could hear me on the TV. I'm like, where's my husband?
Yeah.
I didn't care about anything else. I was like, hell yeah! Like I'm sorry.
You're okay.
I was just excited.
I've seen him corner a bunch of stuff. I think this is not a kept secret. I do a lot of stuff with John Judy
Yeah.
and the world of MMA here in town, and he corners a lot of guys. Like
He does.
He's constantly coaching. He's constantly encouraging. He's that dude in the world of combat sports, and I don't
Yeah.
know if every community has him. I don't think they do.
He's just a genuine soul,
Yeah.
and I just feel like he's just great at everything, at giving advice and having people and seeing potential
Mhm.
in people that they don't see in themselves. So a lot of people go and chase their dreams because of him.
Do you feel like he could, and just hear me out on this one, be your tag team partner moving forward in Duke City Championship Wrestling? Because I would enjoy that. I
Same.
feel like that's the move.
I mean, I would love that. He was talking about that too. He's like, what if we like did something together? I was like, I'd be so down.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we work very well. Obviously, we've been together for 11 years. So we work well with each other. That's why when we do interviews together, we just feed off each other. So
It's such a fun character thing too, because the way your character is in Duke City Championship Wrestling, like you're the baddest of them all, right?
Yeah.
Like you are Froggy Fresh. And then if like a dude were to whatever say a thing or try to intimidate you, in the story, it's on you to handle it.
yeah,
How do you introduce John? He can't come in to
he's
save
so
you.
nice.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, no.
yeah, please stop.
I know.
Yeah.
He's high key a cookie baker too. We run that business together, so everyone doesn't even know that.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
he
know that.
decorates cookies. Yeah.
Got a-
He's
got a soft
artistic.
hand.
Yeah,
Got a soft
he's
hand.
artistic.
We need
That's
to-
why them two get along, is because they're all nice.
We need a YouTube channel of
Yeah.
this. That's what you guys need is the like the juxtaposition
Just
Yeah.
talking.
of sugary cookies and then like
violence.
yes. With
That's genius.
there's something to it. Chelsea, we're letting you go again this time.
Okay, yeah, I'm walking out for sure
You
this
have to
time.
go.
So.
Chelsea Dotson, thank you so much. Where we get back, it's the world of sports talk from Rio Bravo Brewery. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Tim and On. We are Rio Bravo Brewery. $2 tacos here at the brewery today. Come get that for you. Big thank you to Chelsea Dotson, who extended our stay with us. Talking the world of Power Slap Pro Wrestling. Big thank you to Vanessa Bush, who joined us. Talking the world of ABQMom.com, where you can vote for me for Radio Personality of the Year if you so wish to. Go to voteforfred.com, vote the number 4fred.com, and you can do that there. Hello. All right, Van. So minor league baseball is doing automated ball strikes. Not minor league baseball, excuse me. Major league baseball is doing automated ball strikes for preseason, spring training exhibition, right? And this is the first time a lot of Major League Baseball fan has seen ABS.
Right.
They maybe knew it existed, unlike us here at the AAA level where we've seen a ton of it.
There every Friday.
Fans are freaking out. People hate it.
I mean, any kind of change, especially in this political climate,
Yep.
any type of change like makes people uncomfortable. They don't know how to react. They have no idea that this is going to make the game better. It's going to get the calls correct, and they're going to do it so fast. It averages 12 seconds to get the call right. 12 seconds for the computer monitor, the ABS, to realize where the ball really went and tell the umpire if it was actually a ball or strike.
Well,
And then that 12 seconds, you could show it on the Jumbotron. You can show it on the big screen. It is seamless. It is flawless. It is perfect. And it's going to help the game of baseball.
you know what else it's going to show? Guys that don't know where they are in their role. Because that happened to Max Scherzer today. So he's playing the Cardinals today. And he puts like a little 12-6er over the plate. It just drops too early. Like it just doesn't cross at the right time. If he'd have had 4 inches on it, it would have been a full-on strike.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he immediately taps the top of the head because you have to do a double tap on the crown of the hat, right? And then it's way off.
Sure.
They go to ABS, it's way off, and the official goes, not even close. Ball 2. You go, Max Scherzer don't know. Like he for years would get those calls. He for years had that influence over umpires. He for years could do that thing. ABS don't care.
Yeah, ABS doesn't care. Like they will have a real strike zone. And by the way, there's not just one strike zone for all of Major League Baseball.
They're modified.
It's going to be modified for every single player. You have a fair strike zone for everyone. It's basically like right above the belly button to right above the knees and as wide as the plate.
Yeah, I would say it's right below the titty meat. It's a little bit
below the jersey.
Yeah,
so
below the logo.
Below the logo.
Yeah.
But really, it's just like slightly above your belly button and then down to the top of your knees. The strike zone isn't supposed to be as tall as it really is. And we're going to learn that really fast, that the strike zone is more lower and compact. But
I have it here. So the ABS zone for Jose Altuve, who's 5'6", it starts at
5'5.5" tops.
You're probably correct.
Yeah.
Starts at 17.82 inches off the ground.
Right.
And then stops at 35.31 inches off the ground. And you're like, Fred, what are you really saying? Not a ton that's important until you compare it to Aaron Judge. Well, I have his numbers here. His starts halfway through Jose Altuve's. So his starts at 21.25 inches.
Right.
And it goes all the way to 42.25 inches.
Right.
Like,
but then Jose Altuve, being a tiny little dude, should not have the same strike zone as some huge friggin' guy.
Correct.
Yeah. Also, like, it's going to be hilarious how teams, I don't see it being implemented this regular season.
No, it won't be until after the collective bargaining.
I think, be after the collective bargaining. Yeah. This will be a part of Major League Baseball. Get ready. You should embrace technology. Quit being a crybaby. Get over it. But like, you're going to see like a lot of coaches having come to Jesus meetings with some of their players. Because like, look, to play sports at the major league level, to be in the NFL, to be the NBA, to be in the NHL, to be in MLB, you have to be insanely talented and insanely confident and hardworking to get that far. That confidence will be all of these pitchers and batters' downfall because they're going to be like, oh, no, that was a ball. flip it. Nope, that was actually a strike. You're getting your ABS privileges taken away for 3 games. Look, listen up, Rick. You're not get to call balls and strikes
Rick Vaughn
for a week.
You're talking about Rick Wild Thing Vaughn?
I'm talking about the general Rick.
Okay.
The royal Wick.
All right. Oh, Rick heads.
Yes. They're going to get their privileges taken away for tapping the top of their head. They're like, hey, you idiot. You've been wrong 8 times in a row.
Well, you can't.
we only get 2 of these a game.
Yeah, that part's correct.
Yeah. So you're wasting your first 2 and your first at bat.
Mhm.
You're wrong every time. You can't challenge anything anymore. And then once the opposing pitcher knows that they're playing somebody who can't challenge it, then they're going to try to paint the gray. The gray, by the way, is the outside of the black. They're going to try to paint the gray the whole time on these guys because they know they can't challenge it. There's going to be an extra level of like 4D chess going on with pitchers and catchers and batters.
There's going to be a lot more, and I mean a lot more offense.
Disagree.
I think guys are going to try to put it in the zone so they get and I think guys are going to swing at it. And I think they're going to get on base. Also, I think walks will be up a little bit, so you're going to have runners on. And I think it's going to make more exciting baseball. Like, I very much believe that because the days of me umpiring games where it was shin to chin and everything's a strike, so you better swing, those days are gone. Like, this is, well, I guess technically they're not gone because come the regular season, it's back to regular. But
I mean, you're on to something here, and I don't disagree. I think there's going to be more action. There's going to be more balls in play because of the level of confidence in the batter. But as many strikes that should have been balls were just missed as many vice versa. Like, it's not just balls outside of the strike zone that are getting called. It's missed pitches inside the strike zone that weren't getting called as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be leveled out on both sides.
I don't know if it's going to be level, though. Like, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a situation where pitchers are – because I think a lot of guys would get calls off their name. I think a lot of guys would get calls off where they were in the rotation. I think a lot of guys would get calls that way. And I think all that stuff's going to go away. I think you're not going to get the discretion of an umpire that's familiar with your work.
Sure.
And you're going to get a bunch of hitters that are going to be coached to the box. Like, you're not going to be coached to pitchers or release points or deliveries or pacing or whatever. You're going to get a guy who's going to go up there. Here's how I would coach it. I would go, hey, Van, put your foot in the box. Can't step out because you know the rules.
Sure.
You get 17 seconds or 15 seconds, depending on if there's a runner on or whatever. It's 17 now.
Yeah.
And then, they're going to take it down to 10 seconds, and then you are going to count down to 3 seconds in your head. You're going to do your coil, and after you hit your coil, you're going to look for it in the box. And if it's there, you swing it. If you don't ever have to worry about it. And that's going to be coaching moving forward at the major league level, which is going to be an adjustment for high school, collegiate, independent, overseas ball whenever you get to the major league level, and they're setting you up to win major league games, not win baseball games.
Yeah, I think historically the example for the class was Greg Maddux, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Greg Maddux, if you're in the first 2 innings, Greg Maddux is pitching.
Talk it out.
And the umpire is giving you 2 inches off the plate, he is going to smash that area all game, knowing that his strike zone just got bigger. That kind of chess game, it's over.
Yeah.
Like that's dead now. In another season or 2, it's going to be dead forever for the history of baseball. But I think it's better to be on an even playing field and getting the strike zone correct, having realistic expectations, not just the whimsy of some random umpire who you got to pitch a couple innings to figure out his strike zone. Because right down the middle, that's a strike every time. But also in Major League Baseball, that is a home run every time. But if you're trying to work the corner, you're trying to work the top and the bottom of the zone, it's going to take you a minute to figure out what the umpire's calling. And if you have a realistic expectation of the actual strike zone, you know where to attack, you know where to hit. I think it's going to be evened out on both sides. It's not going to advantage the hitters as much as most people think it will.
They're going to put the technology in every stadium this year and just do dry test forever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get a bunch of post stuff where it's like, I think you saw it with the Dodgers, where, and I don't remember who it was, somebody wearing a 60 number, but they missed the strike zone by less than like half an inch.
Right.
You know, they missed it by, I guess half an inch is kind of far. They missed it by less than half of an inch.
Yeah.
And
A quarter baseball to the outside.
but the umpire got it right. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like you're going to see how good these guys actually are. Max Scherzer said after the game today, can we just be judged by humans? I think the only guys saying that are the guys that would get the benefit of the doubt from humans.
Correct. Yeah. Max Scherzer will say that, but the sixth pitcher in the rotation who's struggling to keep his job, who the umpire knows he's the sixth pitcher in the rotation, isn't going to get those favorable calls, isn't going to get the benefit of the doubt, isn't going to get that little home field rub either.
At some point, some reliever will blame a walk-off something on ABS. Like, it won't be this year because obviously the rules, but when it is initiated, when it is implemented in games that actually matter, you're going to get a ton of criticism about it because it's not like you're criticizing an umpire. You're not criticizing a human being. You're criticizing 0-1-1-1, 0-1-1, 0-1-1, 0-0-1, 0-1-1-0.
Yeah, from yesterday, the aforementioned Umptimus Prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spring training is good for a lot of things. This is one of those things. Like, not just for players figuring it out, for the league figuring it out.
We have a great relationship with the Isotopes. Like, we're up there all the time.
Mhm.
They've been working on this for 2 years now. We've seen the automatic ABS. We've seen challenge games. And I think challenge is the way moving forward because you have the humanity of an umpire calling balls and strikes, but you also have the chance to challenge him. So I think like that's a good middle ground in between the umpire just being a human voice for a robot, which is kind of lame, right? I mean, it's kind of lame that like all the umpire does is relate to what's in his ear because some robot's going to tell him ball or strike and he's going to go right hand or left hand. That's not that cool.
The real lame part is anything that ever gets reviewed because it's going to be bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, down by a run, guy at the plate, there's a borderline pitch, the umpire calls it a ball, it goes to ABS, then it's a strikeout, the game's over, and the pitcher loses their stuff, and that's nerd central. That is nerd central on taking away the moment.
I would rather get it right than have that moment because it's not like an NFL challenge where it's going to take 5 minutes and they're going to go to commercial and you got to see a Pepsi commercial and a Gatorade commercial and a Volvo commercial. It takes 12 seconds. Like the ABS challenges average 12 seconds. That's not going to hurt the pace of play. That's not going to hurt the game itself. The umpire takes a step back. The batter gets out of the box. The pitcher steps off the mound. And by the time all those things happen, the ump's there ready with the judgment. They show the where the ball really went on the big screen. Boom, we move on.
There's no doubt the end of every game that has a called strike or ball will go to review. There's no doubt. Every single one. I recognize some will be they'll end in ground outs, some will end in pop flies, some will end in swinging strikeouts. Those are not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about strike three looking in the game. It could be over the heart of the plate.
Yeah.
It's going to go to
if you got a challenge left, tap, tap.
Going to go to review.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Ugh.
Use it. Like I said, it takes 12 seconds. We're not adding minutes / tens of minutes or hours to a game. We're talking seconds.
When we get back from the break, we continue down the world of sports, sports talk, sports adjacent content, because we're live at Rio Bravo Brewery, where you can get tacos for $2. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. We don't talk about the scouting combine a ton.
For good reason.
Yeah, it's boring. It's so
It is
boring.
so incredibly boring.
It's wildly boring.
Yeah.
They do media there.
Yes.
Everyone's asking about the tush push. Like I guess
Whom is everybody?
all these loser reporters.
Who cares about the tush push? This is dumb. One guy's good at it. Get over it. It's a real football play.
Not if you ask everyone that's not the Eagles.
Why don't you do it? Maybe because you have a 45-year-old skinny white quarterback. Like hit the gym, Matt Ryan. Come on, Matt Stafford.
The Giants were like, listen,
You want $50 million a year, Matt Stafford? Learn how to do the tush push.
we didn't re-sign Saquon in New York because we're not a fan of the tush push.
Uh-huh.
We only play where he's really unique. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is the conversation you got to have if you're at the combine and there's nothing else to talk about.
Oh my God, Shadur Sanders isn't going to compete in the combine. He's not going to throw in the combine. How do we know if he can hit those 15-yard outs on the sideline?
Boring.
You know, if you rank this offensive lineman's 40-yard dash amongst other offensive linemen, historically, he's somewhere in the middle. Oh, okay. Wild take, man. We superimposed every athlete at this NFL combine over, that's right, the running of our analyst. And we're going to tell you who won. Yeah, you guys didn't win.
Yeah, we're here with Pro Football Focus's Gordon McGinnis.
Nice.
All the way from Scotland, new friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
He says if you can't do 137 reps for 185 pounds, there's no way you could be offensive lineman in today's NFL.
I really like wide receivers that wear the Lycra. Guys who wear loose shorts at the combine, they're not for me. They're afraid to show off the tree trunks.
This isn't going to give you an indication of his on-the-field speed, but he ran a 4.35 40.
It's so crazy how every offensive lineman's the next Jason Peters.
You know, you really want to see how fast he can run. Put those pads on him at the combine, am I right?
Now, is it true in your home life, both your mom and dad worked full-time jobs and you were dropped off by a teammate after practice?
Wait, we're going from commentator to coach?
Sorry. They're all losers. They're all losers.
Never mind. All right, hard segue.
Now, undrafted player who might end up in the lottery, do you think the team that'll eventually take you, even though you don't know who it is, should take a flyer on Devontae Adams?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He's like, I don't care, bro. I want to go to Miami or Los Angeles. Give me $1 million and send me to Miami or Los Angeles.
We're alongside this athlete.
I'm going to impregnate your whole city.
Yeah.
Send me there.
We're alongside this athlete who made millions of dollars in NIL, and we asked him to name every GM in the NFL, and he couldn't do it. Like, what? What are you losers doing?
GM Harbaugh?
Not a GM, I think.
Oh, you said GM?
Yeah.
I thought you said Jim.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Pete Carroll unretiring? Psych, he never retired. Like, that's the gotcha moments of the NFL. Is it still in Indianapolis?
Is what?
The scouting combine?
For Indianapolis' sake, I guess. Like,
I don't know.
yeah. What else they got? Oh, wait, the Indy 500. Like, they're really big into horse racing. They got the national championship.
Hey, Van, I noticed you're a scout for the Washington Redskins, and you've been sitting in the foyer of the hotel all night long. Is that to make sure no one enters or leaves without permission from the teams? And if they do, you'll immediately report it as character issues?
So as the personal detective for the Baltimore Ravens, that is my job. I am awake 24 hours a day. During the scouting combine, I am on so many methamphetamines so I could stay up 24 hours a day and follow these young athletes around to make sure that when our organization invests in one of these young players, we're getting the best, we're getting the brightest, and we're getting strong-willed individuals.
Now, as one talking head host to another talking head host that has to fill a really historic amount of TV time at this scouting combine, is it true that you also feel Ashton Gentry is the next Derrick Henry?
Hold on, I got to pull the microphone away from my face.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you try to tell me
that
this guy's on the same level as Derrick Henry,
I'm sorry. That felt weird doing.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like that you did that. I didn't like screaming about sports. It was gross.
He's a north-south guy. Just really likes to go between the tackles, and if he can find the right offense, he's going to utilize his skill set in a traditional two-back eye system. He's going to have a lot of success at this level. Unfortunately, the game has passed him by, as the shotgun offense is now the only approach to the NFL and success today.
Look, that is one way to look at it, but you don't understand the success of a real NFL football team all happens in the trenches. Don't care how good your skill position guys are. If you have the quarterback, great. You got the wide receivers, even better. But what you need is big dogs in the trenches who know how to get it done.
I snuck into the locker room for the scouting combine before everyone worked out, and I made a list of guys who put their left shoe on first. I'll tell you why you're wrong about everyone. Like, what are we doing?
Actually, hey, off the record.
Yeah. Off the record, of course.
Rick Stevens from Rutgers.
All right. Again, Rick.
Hanging dong.
Okay.
He is
hope that's not off the record.
Like he's like halfway down his thigh.
Yeah.
He's gonna go higher than expected.
Now
take him in the second, at least early second round.
Now you're not gonna believe this, man. I actually went to the hometown of this star athlete, broke into Madison County voting records at the courthouse, pulled their registration, and I can tell you exactly how they feel politically based solely off one election in 2020. I'll tell you who they voted for and how they feel about civil rights when we get back.
All right, perfect segue. Let's go to commercials.
What's that? You voted?
You ready for 3 months of this, Isaiah?
Very ready.
He voted Democrat, so I know how he feels about ketamine. Like, that's
what?
That's how they do it. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. News of the day, which we haven't got to, is Lakers and Mavs. It's kind of boring, though, because it's in L.A.
With no Anthony Davis.
Yeah. I mean, I'm into it. It's cool. I mean, a couple good teams.
Are they?
Mavs suck right now.
I mean, they both got winning records. I mean,
Remember how the Mavs traded away one of the best players in the NBA for a guy who played half a game?
so
Cool.
he's not playing.
He's probably not going to play the whole year. He is potentially out for the whole season.
Dang.
He was a Dallas Maverick for one half of one game.
Lakers are favored by
I
9.
remember
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, they're favored by 9. It's a decent number, I guess.
Should be more.
I wouldn't have been shocked if it was. Yeah, I wanted to say I wouldn't have been shocked if it was more. For sure.
It should be more.
I remember LeBron saying that when he'd walk into the stadium, sometimes he would like just try to find somebody in the crowd that would piss him off, so he'd have like a motivation for that night. Luka, he's not gonna have to look. Like he's definitely like no
Yeah.
matter what mindset is. Number one, it's not like it's football, like it's basketball. And Luka shoots a lot of threes, so it's not like because you're angry, your three's gonna drop. You can be as angry as you want, and your shot's gonna miss. But I think he's gonna see Nico, and like he might try to go into the game. Like I'm not gonna try to take over, but he's gonna see the GM. He's gonna see Coach Kidd, who didn't really do anything to back him up as far as these like fat allegations have been going. So I think he loves the team. He loves the players. You know, I think that might take a little steam off when he like daps up some of his old homeboys. But
There's no way Nico shows his face on the floor, right? He's got to
Oh, yeah,
hide.
he's
He's
gonna
got
be
to
there.
hide up in a box.
he might be up in the box. But he also sometimes he sits like behind the bench.
But also, like
Just sit.
Luca will ask the concierge or whatever, like whoever does, public relations, like, where's Nico sitting?
Yeah.
Tell me the exact spot Nico is sitting tonight, because every bucket, I'm staring deeply in his cold, dead eyes.
Yeah, Luka's going. He's. I mean, I don't know. The Lakers. They have bigger goals. They're playing good team basketball, so I don't think he'll try to take that away. But JJ Redick just said, like in an interview, like this team needs to have Luka needs to be running the offense. The ball needs to be in Luka's hands. LeBron and AR will feed off of Luka.
100%.
The Mavericks winners of 5 of their last 7, but they just lost a little 3-game win streak there to the Warriors, headed down south to face the Lakers. You guys, I mean, I think you guys are right with a lot of the off the court talk stuff, but I mean, I don't think Kyrie's just going to get pushed over, right? Like Kyrie's not afraid of the Lakers. Like he's a guy who literally is not afraid of things he should be afraid of.
Kyrie's soft.
I don't know.
He is super soft. You see, he flipped his stance on the flat Earth theory.
Shut up.
Now he's a round Earth shill.
When did this
now.
happen?
Yeah, before this season.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, if he's gonna flip on flat Earth that fast, he's gonna flip on his team too.
Flip the switch and then put one on the Lakers. He seems like
he ain't got no help.
dog, but that's what I'm saying.
Like,
He
Kyrie
wants.
looks really good when he had Luka with him. He looked really good for one half when he had a healthy Anthony Davis with him.
He had 17 in the loss to the Warriors.
Not enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. The
He had 17, but it's not enough.
nice. He to me is a guy. Who would be like, oh, a lot of conversation about LeBron, a lot of conversation about Luka, a lot of conversation about Davis, who's not even playing. I'll go ahead and take this one.
Yeah,
He seems like he's got
He
that
can do that.
energy.
yeah, he could put up 45 and 45, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. He could do that any night he wants.
PJ Washington's pretty good.
You just got to keep putting them in the
Puts
air.
up 45. He puts up 45. It's one of the better games of his career. The
He-
Lakers defense has been the past 15 games. They've been first.
The Mavericks take it away
They'd
from
be
people.
very-
I think I lost you temporarily. The Mavericks will take it away from you. Like if you get sloppy and stuff, like those guards are really good at getting it out in front and transitioning and doing that. Like they got skills. right?
I mean, you sound desperate. Like you sound like you're asking yourself a rhetorical question. Like, obviously, they're not good anymore. You need superstars in the NBA.
No, dude. I think they're good. They
The
just
last ones to do it was the friggin' Detroit Pistons.
2004.
Yeah.
21
years ago. You got to have stars. The only one to maybe do it since the Pistons is Giannis's Bucks. And that's like the year that Giannis was like a one-man wrecking crew by himself. But he still had help. Kyrie can't do it with a bunch of guys who probably should be in the G League right now.
But like for one night he can, right? Like,
Yeah, he could put it on him.
the brightest lights. The stories. Is this the only time they play all year? They don't go back to Dallas?
No.
They do go to Dallas?
They go back. They go back to Dallas. That's going to be the big one.
When's
I
that?
think AD will be playing. I think it's April 26th.
Well, Anthony Davis is never playing again.
In his
Sorry,
career?
Yeah, he's retired.
not-
Abductor.
Joel Embiid might. Joel Embiid might as well. You see that report just came out about him? Where they're thinking about doing a new surgery.
An experimental surgery.
You're going to break his hip.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm going to break his hip on purpose to fix his knee. Yeah.
Like realign it.
Cutting his nose off to spite his face.
This isn't real.
It's a real thing. They're going to break his hip to put less pressure on his knee. Also, he needs a new meniscus. Also, he needs a new ACL, MCL, and PCL.
He should retire.
Hey, you want to see who this genius fantasy basketball prognosticator took in his first two picks this season? Victor Wembanyama and Joel Embiid.
That's what you did?
I went 1-2. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Very much so.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yep.
You think Nico goes to LA for this game and just gets a
Yeah.
roaring ovation from the crowd?
Yeah,
You
I
should
saw
be a
reports
hero
of
there.
I saw reports they're hanging his jersey in the rafters.
It's awesome.
He has extra security because of that trade. It's like,
Yeah.
it's real. They really don't like him.
Not just in like where Dallas plays, in life every day. He's got secret GM service all around him.
They're trading Luka.
It's 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Channel.
Sunlight and Fred Slow with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the sports animal.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where old spring training, boys. Baseball players are doing baseball things on baseball fields. It is my absolute favorite time of the year. Chris Bryant hit a home run today. The Rockies are in the mix.
Are they?
Chris Bryant hit a home run today.
Okay, Chris Bryant hit a home run today.
We are at Rio Bravo Brewery, where tacos are $2. You can come hang out with us if you want to hang out with us. There's kind of a ton of people here.
In this economy, the audacity to sell these gourmet tacos for $2.
Mm-hmm. It's not like
They're giving them away. They're giving them away.
Well, it's not like they have eggs in them, man. It's not a loss leader.
They do. Tortillas.
I don't think tortilla
Made
has
of
egg.
tortillas.
Does tortilla have egg?
Yes.
But it doesn't have to rise at all. Let me think about this. I don't think it does. Isn't it just a mash?
It was a monster mash.
Okay, here we go. You set me up for that?
A little bit.
I hate you, dude.
Oh, God.
My favorite part of spring training, all time.
Okay.
is
weather.
Nope.
Van's seasonal depression goes away.
I don't care about that. I literally never cared about that.
Oh, that's the best part of your day.
See all these old timers in the dugout, like going down just to like volunteer, teach hitting, or throw BP, or hit fungos, or whatever. That's my favorite part of spring training. Seeing Sammy Sosa in a Cubs dugout, that's my favorite part of spring training.
Well, I mean, that was a long time coming. Like Sammy
It's been
Sosa,
20 years.
like had to apologize, had to say I'm sorry, had to put out a public statement, and now, as they should, being embraced by the Cubs organization.
He said today, quote, because he was asked what question he gets asked the most, and he said, quote,
"What happened to your skin?"
no.
Oh,
It's actually better than it was.
okay. Is it coming back?
It's coming back.
Okay.
He says, when asked what question he gets asked the most, he says, quote, how did you do it? Unquote.
That's just a needle in the butt cheek, right?
He's either hilarious or an idiot, and I don't know which one.
Oh, he looks kind of normal-ish.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's back to normal. Good for him. Embrace it. Or did he like go like bleach white and then now he's like trumping it on the face to get back to normal? I'm not terribly sure.
See Donald Trump's hands?
I don't look at his hands.
They're all bruised. There's something going on.
Uh-oh. Is he punching Sammy Sosa in the face?
He said it was from all the handshakes he gives out. Maybe.
So it's like a circulatory thing, probably.
It kind of looks like an IV thing, but I
Yeah.
mean, that's not a right now thing.
Different program. So I'm happy for Sammy Sosa.
Okay.
Number one, because he got invited back to spring training, got invited back to be an ambassador for the Cubs organization, which he should be. And number two, I'm really happy because he has a normal looking face again. That's awesome.
He got caught up in that Balco report, that 2003 steroid report, and then he never really got in trouble for it. He had the cork bat.
Yeah.
Got caught with the cork bat.
Yeah.
100% that's accurate. He never really caught the steroid. He caught it the way that David Ortiz caught it,
Right.
where it was, you're on the list.
Well, hey, this list was supposed to be private.
It was
Like, remember when that list was supposed to be private, guys? Yeah.
they don't really use that list as actual evidence or guilt because there was like a grip of dudes on it. He was on it. But he's not really a steroid guy, or is he?
It is obvious that he is. I mean, so many people did when it was supposed to be voluntary secret testing. Like, he was on that list.
Are you talking about evidence and circumstance?
I'm talking about the size of his face.
Yeah, it was big.
Like, you can't get Barry Bonds' face. You can't get Mark McGwire face. You can't get Sammy Sosa face. without taking steroids. Your face just doesn't double in width by doing push-ups.
Yeah. D. Gordon kind of proved it to me with do it, get paid, then get caught.
Different body type. Yeah, different. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell.
But
Yeah,
that's how he had that season.
mm-hmm.
That's how he had the. And at the time, it's not today's numbers.
Yeah,
But at the time, I think it was like $80 million or something.
right.
Like, pretty good.
Yeah, a lifetime's worth of money, multiple times over, depending on spending habits.
Can you imagine going up to Sammy Sosa and be like, "Hey man, I'm going to ask you a juicy question."
Oh God. Not trying to needle you here,
Yeah,
but
that's funny. That's a good bit. Lobos and Aggies are playing right now. The game just started 5 minutes ago. If you are late to the game, thank you for tuning in with us.
baseball.
Baseball, that is correct. Got the schedule here for the first month of games on Fox, Major League Baseball on Fox.
Okay.
Fox, I think, does the best Major League Baseball broadcast. That's my opinion. If you say otherwise, I'll hear you. But also, rest in peace, the ESPN broadcast.
Yeah. What are you doing every Sunday night?
Whatever I want.
Yeah.
Watching
not watching Sunday Night Baseball.
Well, you are on a streaming service or something.
yeah, for sure.
They're all going to end up there.
Not on the ESPNs.
They're opening March 18th and 19th, which is like 5 minutes away with the Tokyo series. So that's
So sweet.
the Dodgers and Cubs. They're going to get both of those games. But the fun part about those games, they're 6 a.m. games.
Yeah, where can we go get a beer at 6
See,
a.m.?
that's what I'm saying,
We got to
dude.
go to the airport to watch this thing?
You and I traditionally have thrown an opening day party for years.
Correct. Yeah.
We have traditionally gathered our friends and fam.
Which we will again.
Are we doing that again?
Oh, we're doing it every year. I don't miss.
Now
the only
we-
year I miss is when I had COVID.
Now, I missed it one year because I was the broadcaster for a college, and that was stupid.
Mm-hmm. Hope you learned a lesson.
I did. Don't work for the man. Make the man work for you. I don't know what that means. Yeah. We don't invite friends of the show.
A couple. They know who they are.
What?
No, it's friends of the show have been.
Did I get this day wrong in the opening day? No, I didn't. It's the 18th and 19th.
Yeah, 18th and 19th.
And then there's like a weird week after, right? So opening day, is that Thursday or is that the weird one-off one? This is what I need to know. All right, here we go. So the opening day schedule is Thursday, March 27th, and it's the full slate.
Correct. Everybody. They don't do the opening night anymore.
Because they do the Japanese thing.
Correct.
Is that what it's called? Tokyo series.
Yes.
Everyone plays on opening day, right?
I believe so this year.
But the Dodgers don't.
Because what they're doing this year is they're doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday for almost everyone.
Yeah, the Dodgers do play.
And then you get Sunday off if you have a second series home opener. But they're trying to do wraparound number one starters at home.
Okay.
Which is a nice idea.
Brewers and Yankees will start at 1 o'clock here. I'm super into this. What are my Cardinals playing opening day? That's the big one. That is a 4:15 Eastern, so it's 2:15 here. Now, historically,
I think Rays and Rockies are the only ones that don't play first day.
now what's their deal?
They staggered it one day.
They do something else?
Yeah. They had some big exhibition the day before or 2 days before.
Oh, no, it's because of the broken field. So they're going to, because they have to move Steinbrenner from a minor league park to a major league park.
You got to rake it.
Yeah, well,
Got to rake it
yeah.
really well. You got to drag it a couple extra times now that it's major.
Because
League
they're
Baseball.
opening up there. The Rockies will be
Yes.
playing their opening day in AAA George M. Steinbrenner Field. And the Yankees have beards on their face now.
which is wild.
It's all wild.
Used to that. Not going to be used to that. It's going to be very weird. As a person who's been a baseball fan their entire life, all 43 years of my life, I've never seen a beard on a Yankees player. Not even in the movies.
All right, here's what we should do, because this is a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Sadie's.
Okay.
The patio.
Could do that.
Open it up.
Okay.
You know how the doors roll up?
Open it on up.
Open it on up.
Weather depending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's Sadie's this Thursday. They're doing a pairing thing.
Okay.
You can get tickets at the website. Go to the Sadie's website.
Exciting.
Yeah. Also live music on the patio. All right, hear me out. Sadie's. Opening day,
Opening day.
the 28th,
Okay.
27th. It's a Thursday. We bring all of our TVs. You know how we do.
Uh-huh.
So 28 teams, so that's 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
You
They're
they're
staggered.
staggered.
They're staggered.
So you'll need one for the 1. So there's 2 games at 1. There's 2 games at 2. There's 2 games. No, that's not right.
Yeah. It's basically stacked 1, 4,
There's
7.
9 games at 2. So
One-
you need
1,
you need
4,
11
7.
TVs.
Yeah.
Because if there's 9 games at 2, you need 11 TVs.
For the 1 o'clock game and then the wraparound.
Yeah, because then there's a 5 o'clock game. In theory, the 1 o'clock game is over before the 5 o'clock game.
Mm.
So then you can use that TV for that game. And then there's 2 8 o'clock games. And in theory, that other 1 o'clock game is definitely over by the start of
Yep. Baseball game.
the 5 o'clock game.
2.5 hours now. It's not the 3.5 hour escapade,
All right, so we need we need 11 TVs.
even on opening day.
How many TVs do I personally own? I don't own 11.
I used to have so many more. I gave some away.
Same.
Gave a few away. Gave
Oh,
away
wait. I got pro wrestling
some
TVs.
computer screens too, is what we used to use.
We used to have that too.
Extra
All
computer
right, so
screens.
I own multiple TVs for pro wrestling.
Okay.
So those all count. So I have 4 there.
Mhm.
I had now the ones at my house I don't necessarily want to utilize because they're like hung on the wall and stuff.
Yeah, they're permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the way
I
it
got
used to
one
be.
extra.
So we're up to 5 TVs.
5.
All right.
And
Computer
they have how many on the patio? They have a bunch in the bar.
4.
Not as many on the
they have
patio.
4. So what are we up to? 9?
I'm going to call the Stafford family right now and get an exact
figure
total.
out this.
I'm gonna get an exact total.
Figure out this. Okay. That's the thing I'm talking about. Because depending on how many TVs they have, is how many TVs that we need. And to set ourselves up for success, which is like not the, but then you got to bring friends of the show. So if you do it at Sadie's, we have to open it up to the public. All right, there'll be a lot more updates to come on the opening day plan. Also, strong possibility, Van and I just pre-record. It's 2 minutes on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Woo, Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at Rio Bravo Brewery. $2 tacos.
I already got two $2 tacos in my tum tum.
Ooh.
A lot of teas, baby.
You mentioned the Pistons earlier,
I did.
so I pulled it up.
Okay.
You know they've won 7 in a row
7
games.
games in a row.
That's the first time in over a decade.
Okay. I'm impressed by them. Good job, guys.
The last time this happened was January 7th, 2015. Would you like some facts from January 7th, 2015?
I know a few January 6 facts, but go ahead.
Cade Cunningham was in the 8th grade.
Okay. I
Tim-
love these.
Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett were still in the NBA.
Okay.
The Golden State Warriors had yet to win a title in the Curry era. Ron Holland was 9 years old.
Who?
Barack Obama was in office.
Ooh, Bronco Balmer.
Gay marriage was still federally illegal.
For the first time. Isn't it back that way now? Does this mean the Pistons are going to win the championship this year?
Pelicans head coach Willie Green was a player. Guess so was J.J. Redick. So there you go. This is a fun one.
It seems even longer
It's good for Detroit sports
because of COVID years. So, it's air quotes only 9 years ago, but it's more like
No.
15 with COVID time.
Dog, it's over 10 years. January
today?
of 15.
Excuse me.
This
10
is-
years ago.
This is forever ago.
That Ron Holland, 9 years old, threw me for a loop.
Kate Cunningham should be every teenage kid's favorite player right now.
Kid can hoop.
And looks like he loves it.
Having a good time. And when you're in the red, white, and blue with the Detroit Pistons, it hits different. Because Detroit is like Kirtland's signature Philadelphia. Like, they really care about their sports. They're just not quite as good as Philly.
No, they're good at, they got a football team. They got a hockey team. Their baseball, they got the two I said.
Yeah, they got those two.
They haven't had a playoff win in 17 years.
And that was their championship.
I think you're correct.
Probably.
No, because that was 04.
That was 04. Years
That's
are
21 years ago.
God, I feel old right now. I felt so good all week.
You look terrible.
I've never been better.
Not talking about the Malice and the Palace. Like a Pistons.
Which was fun.
Okay.
Where's that passion now in the NBA, huh, Zay?
A Pistons Pacers first round series will be very good.
They have to they tie their hands together and they play with knives. Wait, that's West Side Story, not the NBA. My bad.
That game would have ejections. It'd be a whole deal.
Like USA, Canada. They got to fight 3 times in the first 9 seconds.
They have a realistic shot at like a mid seed, like a number 4 seed. Probably end up at a 6, but they got a realistic shot.
Yeah, everything's so convoluted except for way up at the top.
I want this team, because it's like a fun team to watch, to keep doing the little weird things we're talking about. Like, because I don't know what the win 8 in a row is. Give me that one next. I don't know what the win 10 in a row is. Also, they won 10 in a row. Like, that's such an incredibly hard thing to do. And they're doing it like low key with like young dudes. I didn't know anything about Cade Cunningham until this year. I knew he existed. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I didn't know he was the impact that he is until this one.
We won a game yesterday.
Okay.
We win one today. That's 2 in a row.
Uh-huh.
If we win one tomorrow,
Do a
that's
Major League?
called a winning streak.
This is Major League.
It has happened before.
I'm doing Major League again, yeah.
if they stay above 15, like in the NBA, whatever their equivalent of power rankings, that's a team you don't want to mess with moving forward. They got it like that.
I mean, if I was a team like with a bunch of young, good talent, I would pretend to get them injured all the time and suck my way to the top so you can get Cooper Flag. You put Cooper Flag on the Detroit Pistons right now, they are dangerous.
He seems like he's got this, and I don't watch enough college basketball, so I just kind of know what I know through osmosis. He seems like the type that you can plug into almost anything. Like, he doesn't seem...
Yeah.
I'll use, like, Wembyama as an example. I think whatever team you put him on, that team has to work around him. I think whatever team you put Flag on, he's going to fit into that team.
Whatever role.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, remember all the hype behind Christian Laettner? It's like that, but he's really good.
I was so young with Christian Laettner.
All right, calling me out directly. I see you. Okay.
Dog, I was 8.
I was 11. It's not the biggest spread in the world. I do remember the hype. Like, oh my goodness. Then the dream team, and then everything after, and then like just the abject disappointment.
Oh, man, I was like a Fab Five guy.
Mm.
It was like Michigan was the truth. Those 5 freshmen showing up and getting in all that NIL money.
Yeah. How can one team draft all these guys? How do we make that work? Talking about the Fab Five.
That's the first super team.
UNLV before that.
The Running Rebels?
Yeah.
With Larry Johnson.
Yeah. Stacey Augmon. Yeah. And the
Clyde the Glide.
Nope. No. Not even close.
No, who's
like
the other
20
one?
years before.
Oh, who's the other one? There's and the other one. Hey, right now, like old
Yelling.
Armac, just
Yelling at the radio.
Not Armac. What was it called? WCC. West Coast Conference fans just losing their junk on it. Larry Johnson's cool elbow thing, like after he'd hit a big shot, that was for me.
Greg Anthony, but that wasn't the guy. Who else was it? This is hurting my brain.
Brain not hurt. Just don't need to know this one.
So long ago.
That's the thing that's better than ever now is college basketball. Because college basketball was not good for a lot of years.
March Madness every year, but you're talking about as a whole.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good.
No.
Got you.
Because now, like, who's at the top right now? Is it Alabama or someone?
Auburn and Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Auburn and Duke, depending on where they are in the bracket, are going to have a collision course for the championship.
I'm into that. People hate it, though. Like, there's like a conversation right now with WrestleMania where, like, no one can kind of predict what's going to happen at the WrestleMania this year. And people are like, I hate it. Because people love that consistency. They love knowing that it's Duke at the top. It's North Carolina at the top. It's John Cena at the top.
Yeah. John Cena and Roman Reigns. The biggest face, the biggest heel, going to smash into each other.
Auburn, Duke, Florida, Houston, Tennessee, Alabama. St. John's being in there is pretty sweet for them. Iowa State being up there is pretty sweet. There's some not so always there that are currently there. Missouri is one of them.
Well, the SEC, like seeing the SEC so dominant is weird in college basketball. It's like the first time in my life, like the whole SEC is good. Like the SEC took over what the ACC used to be. I think it's economics too.
Oh, yeah, it's easier to pay.
It's like, how much easier is it to get 10 good basketball players than 50 good football players? It's so much easier.
Do you even need 10? I guess you kind of need 10.
Yeah.
You don't get 10 good ones, though. You get like...
You don't get 10 stars.
No, you get like 7, 8 good players, and then they all plus one a buddy so that they'll come.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good buddy. It's like an AAU buddy or something, or a transfer buddy, or a. They're coming. This happens at like the D2, D3 level, where it's like you get a D1 guy who didn't make grades. You're like, hey, you can come play for me, but
100%.
and he's like, I'll bring my D1 buddy with me. Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
You both will play for us, and we'll win.
Them grades.
Yeah,
up.
we'll win the whatever 4-letter conference we play in at this level, and no fans will understand any of it because at D2, D3, you root for the jersey. Like you root for the name on the front of the jersey.
Sure.
You do not care.
Yeah.
You go because your grandparents made a donation years ago, and the only seats in the gymnasiums with back say Nunley on them.
Yeah.
And you get to sit at them.
This is Creighton basketball.
This is very much. This is 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at Rio Bravo Brewery. $2 tacos on a Tuesday. Come hang out with your boys if you want to come hang out with your boys.
The tacos are insanely delicious.
You mentioned it earlier. We should give it what it deserves. Diana Taurasi announced her retirement today from the WNBA. She was definitely pushed out. The WNBA didn't want her around anymore, and this is all because she kept Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team.
Yeah, I think that's got a lot to do with it. Maybe she's done. Maybe she wanted to be a full-time mom. Maybe she has other business enterprises.
Oh, does she have a kid?
But I'm assuming the WNBA ran her out because she ran her mouth about Caitlin Clark.
I think you're very correct because I think that's very correct.
Caitlin Clark dominated her all year. Every matchup.
Yeah.
You said it's going to be a rude awakening. Welcome to the show, kiddo.
Diana Taurasi has
dominated.
She has 2 kids. All-time leading scorer, 6-time Olympic gold medals. What, 24 years?
It's pretty impressive.
Dang. Says she normally starts preparing for a season on January 1, just couldn't get herself to do it. Played her entire 20-year career for the Phoenix Mercury. There you go. The WNBA hates her.
She didn't help herself.
No.
She got Rookie of the Year. She got an MVP. She's in MVP votes 3/4 of her career. Like an absolute legend in women's basketball. But not a good look on her way out, right? You want to be supportive of the next generation. You want to raise them up for the betterment of the league.
She's hit more three-pointers than anyone in WNBA history, 4th all-time in assists. You talked earlier about the championship. She got 3 of them, 3 in the NCAA, 6 in the Euro League, because she played 12 years for Russia and Turkey.
Yeah.
6 gold medals. I mentioned earlier, 2009 MVP. You mentioned 2-time WNBA Finals, 3-time Euro League MVP. I mean, the resume's there. Here's the problem. Hater.
Yep.
Would not do the thing that was best for the game. In pro wrestling, they call it doing business. In pro wrestling, they say, did you do business?
It's a shame that, like, on her way out, this is how she's going to be remembered.
Yeah.
Like, the legendary career that she had, everything she did for women's basketball, raising up the league around her, being an example for the class, and it just couldn't continue for like one more year.
Went into business for herself. Like, you had not putting Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team because old head Diana Taurasi said so.
Yeah.
Was the end of her. And I think you can now have a more significant conversation about like a Maya Moore or a Candace Parker. Also, I recognize we're talking about the WNBA, so no one's really having this conversation. But I don't think you – what was the other cat's name? Bird? Sue Bird?
Sue Bird, legend. Yeah.
Who's the second all-time? Is it Tina Charles? Is that who's second in points?
I don't know.
I believe that's correct, but it's by a lot.
As far as like popularity and attention goes, it's Caitlin Clark's league.
Yeah, forever.
But as far as like talent goes, Asia Wilson, like, put some respect on that woman's name. Insanely talented.
Hey, and the WNBA and McDonald's, they have given her a glow up.
Should.
Like, you can put her on every poster. You can put her on every commercial. She can be the face of the thing because they have put the effort into making her look like she's the face of the thing.
Right.
Like, the thing that the NBA did with LeBron's hairline, they did with Asia Wilson's everything.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be surprised. You might not be surprised what a little bit of makeup and some good lighting does to a human being.
Couple bucks. Figure it out. I don't think she has it to be. I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm going to say I feel that she's not a WNBA in-studio personality. I don't look at her and feel like she's that. I think she could do it for the NCAA tournament. I think she could do it.
Yeah.
Something of that nature.
Her name like rings out in the female basketball world. Like,
Yeah, but she ain't nice, dude.
it's a good get for anybody on a microphone. Hey, neither is Draymond Green, neither is Stephen A. Smith,
Shaquille O'Neal.
neither is Shaq and Charles. Like, it pays to be a heel. You know that in wrestling. Maybe she just leans into it. Maybe she's queen hater of the universe from here on out.
2004 WNBA draft. That's when she came out. She played under, what's that cat's name? Calipari? Is that his name at Connecticut?
Yeah.
They were unreal for those years. They never lost a game. And then they play Pat Summitt, and it'd get close.
Right.
They still were not losing.
It took a long time for that sea change for UConn basketball. It seemed like they'd get the 12 best players in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like,
Brittany Griner ended up at Baylor somehow.
yeah, and then like 13 to 20 went to Tennessee, and then after that they went to Baylor.
Yeah. Ariema. That's it. Not Calipari. Gino Ariema.
It didn't sound right when you said it, but
Yeah,
I was like,
I know, I was close.
UConn. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the amount of knowledge.
fair.
Thank you. The amount of knowledge I have about the WNBA is not just limited, but like laughably limited for my profession.
Right. Yeah. And again, 42 years old. There's not a lot of Tom Brady's out there. There's not a lot of LeBron Jameses out there. She is, for her sport, in that conversation. Did it at a high level for 20 friggin' years. Not just in WNBA, overseas. Dominated 2 leagues for 20 years.
Did she play in that 3-on-3 thing?
I mean, you going to really ask me that question?
Yeah,
Like in
I'm
real
sorry,
life?
dude.
Yeah.
You know what? I take it back. If she had never played in Russia, would Brittany Griner have played in Russia, and then would she ever been arrested?
I mean, they just needed money, right? Like the WNBA is not paying enough. Like if you're getting less than a school teacher's salary to play a professional sport that you love and you put your heart and soul into, you got to go across seas to play a whole nother season. Saying a little something.
It's not that analogy anymore. I think they all make $100,000 now. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's close. Also, if teachers make $100,000, I need to start using this degree.
They should.
I don't think they do, though.
I didn't say do. I said they should.
I think a teacher's salary is $60,000.
Average across the states?
Yeah.
God, I would say like 48.
Is that true?
I would say 48.
I'm looking it up.
God, we need to take better care of our teachers in this country.
Okay.
It would get us out of a lot of problems. Hey, let's invent a time machine. We'll go back to the early 80s. We'll start taking care of our teachers, and we won't be in the mess we're in now.
The average salary for a teacher in New Mexico is $55,000.
55. All right, that's above what I thought.
That's pretty close to what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, in the 25 percentile, right around 43. In the 75 percentile, right around 60. So, I mean, it's going to fall within there. So we were both right. Top earner is closer to $70,000.
The NEA says last year the average teacher salary is $43,000. That's not enough.
Well,
that is not
so
enough.
That can't be correct because the public school teachers starting salary is $50,000 because it got bumped up in 2022 when all those teachers retired, and then they couldn't because it got bumped up $10,000.
NEA.org says $44,530.
I don't know what NEA is.
Starting teacher salary.
I know it's $50,000. I know every time because they call me and they're like, "Sir, who we've never met.
Yeah.
Would you be excited to teach children you've never met? We can offer you this number. Plus, if you do it for a semester, you get a bonus or something.
Surprisingly, teacher pay in New Mexico, number 8 in the country.
Oh, for sure.
I think Los Alamos is doing some heavy lifting here, but pretty good.
I like it.
Still needs to be more.
We wrap up the program whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Rio Bravo Brewery. Excuse me as I clear my throat. We're wrapping it up for here on a Tuesday. Tacos are only $2 on Tuesdays. That's a cool thing.
They got this fried avocado taco that I'm obsessed with. It is fantastic.
Ravens GM Eric DaCosta calls assault allegations against their kicker concerning.
Justin Tucker making less field goals
I don't need to use
than his
name.
career average is concerning.
Can we
The allegations against him are disgusting.
let's put his name on the list of names we don't use. He's not my I don't need him on my show. I don't need the algorithm. I don't need my phone. I don't need people in passing. I don't want to upset people in their cars. Ravens kicker.
Deshaun Jr.
I don't use his name either.
Damn it.
It's a couple guys. If you're the fan base, I'm concerned that my GM is using this phrasing. I'm sitting at home. Nothing gets past this guy. Fans deserve better. Justin Tucker teammates deserve better. You move on from this sitch.
Look, the Ravens kind of have a rich history of doing some weird stuff on the team.
Ooh.
Both Rays, Rice, and Lewis, Terrell Suggs. I mean, recently Steve Smith Sr. And again, I understand there are so many people in the NFL. I will talk about this on the program. Every team has 53 players on the roster and 20 plus on the practice squad. Okay. It's a lot of human beings. Statistically, they're not all going to be upright citizens. They're not going to be upstanding citizens. They're not going to be the best people on earth. But you think with all the resources an NFL front office has, they'd be able to weed out this kind of behavior early.
It's all money stuff. Because you can't really do anything without implications until you get the legal process. Because, and although you and I are like, well, seems this way, and we're not having a Trevor Bauer talk, we're not having a
Sure.
Seems this way. They can't cut him because of the cap stuff. They can't do any of that.
Yeah.
So they have to wait until they have, I don't know what phrasing they use, just cause. I'm assuming that's the phrasing they use.
But it's kind of like, there's an algorithm by major car companies to when they have to do a recall.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The amount of damage and payouts that they're going to have to pay versus the amount of litigation that they're going to have to pay. There's a formula to figure out what they want to do. And unfortunately, I feel, I don't have any proof of this, but there's like a similar algorithm that goes into the decision-making of NFL front offices when they're going to address and deal with problematic behavior.
But again, the angle of that fan base. Because if you are that thing, you deserve someone that's more competent. Like you deserve leadership in theory to also be the voice of your, I don't want to say fan base.
Yeah.
But the voice of your values.
Right.
That's what I think. There's a line in The Irishman where he's like, if someone says they're a little concerned, they're very concerned.
Mm-hmm.
If someone says they're very concerned, they're very desperate. That seems like this. You got to move on, like, immediately. But I get that you can't, but you say, hey, if all this stuff works out in the way to where, if all this works out in the way until to where you have to say, you say, hold up. If all this is true, he gone.
Correct.
Yeah, we don't have any sort of, they go, but we're going to trust the system.
I mean, this is damage control, right? You got to say the right things to keep, too good of a metaphor, moving the goalposts.
Yep.
We're waiting for more information. We need more, concrete data, et cetera, et cetera. But you can't just go out and say, because what if it is another Trevor Bauer situation where they're united against him to try to get in him trouble, and this is just a money grab? Does not seem like that situation, but it could be, and it has been in the past. Not for this one player specifically, but this kind of stuff happens all the time.
You have
unfortunately.
Yeah, you have an example of a team that did it very, very bad, and that's the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
They handled all this terribly.
Could not have gone worse.
And I recognize this, that, the other thing, Houston Texans, all those connections. The Browns should not have done what they did. The Ravens are looking at the playbook of what not to do.
Uh-huh. They've written it before. I don't know if you remember the Ray Rice situation. He was not punished. He was not given any kind of punishment whatsoever.
Until there was a video.
Until the video came out and then released immediately.
That's when it gets real for people.
Yeah.
I don't know what Steve Smith did. What was that?
Just some infidelity. He's married. The person he cheated with is married, blah, blah, blah. To me, it's a non-story, but
I don't care about that.
It fits the narrative of consenting adults, blah, blah, blah. It fits the narrative of Ravens continuing to make awful choices over and over again. Yeah.
Adultery sucks and it's stupid, but I don't know anyone's relationships. Whatever. It's not against the law.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm also not, we've had this talk in the air. I'm also not super against the exchange of services for compensation, however you deem that.
It's legal and consensual. Go crazy.
That's how I feel. Like the city, or what is it? The county of Las Vegas or whatever county that is. I don't know the rules.
Yeah.
Whatever. If that's your stuff, you do that. That's cool.
Honestly, to me, it goes beyond legality.
Yeah.
If you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, go bonkers, my friend. I'm more of a golden rule guy.
I'm on the same page with you with that. But not everyone is that. For some people, like causing harm to others is part of their jam.
Is their king.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gross.
Gross.
It's gross.
The Ravens know what to do. Let's see if they do it. It was a good program today.
It was a good. Love being here.
Isaiah back at the studio.
Make sure you tune in to the Lakers tonight. Luka going to do some unspeakable things.
It's 9 o'clock start, you said? 9 o'clock?
I believe it's 8.
8 o'clock.
You going to break Wilt's single game record tonight? 101?
No. That'll be in Dallas.
Saving it.
Van, final words?
Oh, my goodness, my friend. Too much for the time allotted. Anything we didn't cover on this program, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you at the Duke store tomorrow, Burke.